To assist us with the programming and setting up the controller, Toro has located on the back of the door a quick reference guide. Today we're going to go step by step through the quick reference guide in setting up the Toro Evolution. So on the back of the door in the quick reference guide, it starts with set time and date. There you see it says press help setup button, then navigate to set time, date, and press select. So we'll do that. We'll hit this help setup button. We'll navigate by pushing the arrows we navigate. I'll arrow down to set time and date and hit select. Here we see time is highlighted. I'm going to select that. We see the 12 is flashing. That's what I can change. It is currently 8:07 and AM. That's correct. I'll hit select to save that. Now the date. I'm going to select the date. Today is July. Arrow over 5th. Arrow over 2015. Hit select to save. Now I'm going to hit home to go back to the home menu. And we see 8:07 AM. It's Sunday, July 5th. Now to the right of set time and date, it says create, edit, watering schedule. To begin that, you see it says press schedules. Schedules. We will press the schedules button. First thing it says is set days. Here, water days is highlighted. I can hit select. Each of these drops represent it will water on that day. Today is Sunday. I do not want to water today, so I'm going to arrow down, creating a minus mark. Arrow over, and you can see on Sunday it still has the minus mark. Monday I do want to water, so I'm going to leave that. Select over, going to arrow down to minus Tuesday, arrow down to minus Thursday. Friday I do want to water, so I'll leave that water drop. Saturday, minus down. Now, you see I have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday watering. Here I will hit select. That saved those water days. Now we're going to set a start time. As you can see in the schedules, we're still in the schedule menu. Water days is highlighted. We selected our water days already. I'm going to arrow down to schedule starts. Schedule starts is now highlighted. I will select that. It says start. I will select a start time. You can see it says off. By arrowing up or arrowing down, we're going to initiate a start time. I want to water at 1:30. Too far. 1:30, not in the afternoon, but in the morning. 1:30 AM. I'll hit select, and that's going to save that start time. Now, I have the option to add an additional start time if I want. If I do not want to, I don't have to. I can simply hit home and I'm done. To add a second start time, as you can see that's highlighted, I will hit select. It's off. Now I have the opportunity to set a second start time. I do not wish to do so, so I'm going to turn that off. There, off. Hit home, and we set a start time. Now I'd like to show you something that can be confusing. If we hit schedules, let's come down to schedule starts, hit select, and we're going to add a second start time again. Okay, here we're going to hit select. We're going to go through by hitting select. We come to this next one here, select. See, it's off. Let's say we want to set a second one at 3:03 p.m. Select. That one is safe. Let's hit home. And we know now we have 2 start times, but I want to erase that second start time. Here I'm going to hit schedules again. Come down to schedule starts. I'm going to hit select. And I'm going to hit select again, and it's going to give me the option to change the second start time. Now, at 12 p.m., right before 1 a.m., is when you'll be able to select it to go off. But look, it's not happening. That's because I need to come over, and first thing I gotta do is bring my minutes to the top of the hour, zeros. Now I can come over and I can back up and I can turn it off. I have to hit select. That's like hitting the enter or save button to keep it off. But you have to zero out the minutes, then bring the hour between 12 p.m. and 1 a.m. Right there is where you'll find off. So that is how you can turn off any start times that you've pre-selected. Now hit select. It's off. I can hit home to go back to home, or I can hit schedules to continue. Here we are in the schedule menu. Water days is highlighted. We've done our water days. Arrow down, schedule starts. We've done our 1 start time at 1:30 a.m. Now zone run times. Let's arrow down to there. It's highlighted. Hit select. As you can see now, we're in the schedule zone 1. I'm going to select zone 1. It is off. I'm going to activate zone 1 by arrowing up or down. If I choose to leave it off, I would hit select again. Zone 2, I'll hit select. I'm going to activate zone 2. I'm going to put 5 minutes on zone 2. I'm going to hit select like save or enter to save that 5 minutes. Zone 3, I'm going to select that, and I'm going to choose to put 3 minutes on zone 3. But I'm not going to hit select. I'm not going to hit that as if to save it. So now let's say I'm done. I hit schedules, come back to zone run times. Look, zone 3 says it's off because I did not hit select to save those 3 minutes. Zone 3, 3 minutes, select, now it's saved. Hit the schedules, zone run times. Look, zone 3 has the 3 minutes saved because we simply hit select when we were done. So don't forget that at the last step. Let's say zone 1, we're going to put 4 minutes. Zone 4, select. Let's put 2 minutes on zone 4. And that's all I have, let's say, is a 4-station controller. I'm not done. I have to hit select for zone 4 to have the 2 minutes. Just don't forget that step. It's very important. Now we can hit the home and we're done. Now we've done everything in our create, edit, watering schedule. As you can see, schedules, water dates, we've done. Schedule starts, we've done. Zone run times, we've done. The one thing that I want to point out though is how important it is to hit that select button. I know I'm being a little redundant. Let's say that it's daylight savings time. It's help, setup, date, time. I want to change that to 9:22 because I'm going to spring forward. If I do not hit select, I did not save it. You see, I did change it to 9 o'clock, but if I hit home, look, 8:22. I did not save it. Hit the help setup again. Arrow down, set time and date, hit select. Here's our time. We're going to select changing the time to 9:22 a.m. I have to hit select. Now hit home, 9:22 a.m. Very important. Don't forget to hit that when you are done with your selection. Now, under the Create Edit Watering Schedule, we see it says Water Now. And below that, we see it says Start Schedule, Start by Zones, or Start All Zones Test. Here's the Water Now button. It says Schedule. If I select the schedule, it's going to water what we have predetermined in our scheduling each zone should water for. If I arrow down, then it says zones. That would water one specific zone. If you want to water zone 3, you could go there and water zone 3. Arrow down again. All zone test. All zone test will water a duration that you determine. Let's start with schedule. Schedule, if I hit select, guess what? We have already scheduled zone 1 to water for 4 minutes. See the little water drop there? Zone 1 is currently watering for 4 minutes. It's going to go through the schedule that we have set. If I'd like to advance to zone 2, I simply hit the arrow to the right. Zone 2 now is watering, see the water drop, for 5 minutes. And it's as simple as that in the Water Now feature to go through and water the schedule. If I'd like to stop the watering, I will hit here, Water Off. It's asking, resume watering when? During the next start time? That's the next scheduled start time. Yes, I'll hit select. I want to water the next scheduled start time. Which we can see here now, it says not watering today because today is Sunday and we have predetermined we're going to water on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so it will not water today. Let's look at the Water Now button again. And let's come down to zones. Zones. Select a zone. Let's come down and turn on zone 3. I'm going to select zone 3 and I'm going to turn it on. How long do I want to turn it on for? Maybe 5 minutes, and I'll hit select. Now, zone 3 is watering, see the water drop, for 5 minutes. Now to turn off zone 3 again, hit water off. Water off, see it's highlighted here. Resume watering when? During the next start, arrow down to remain off, come down to in 1 day. No, we want to come back to the normal schedule, which will be the next start, and I'll hit select. Now, in the Water Now feature, we have all zone test. Let's arrow down to all zone test, hit select, and we can see it says it will water every zone, all zones, for a 2-minute test. I can arrow down, make it 1.5 minutes. I can arrow down, make it 1 minute each, which is a preferred setting. If I'm in a big hurry, I could arrow down, make it 30 seconds each. But let's make it 1 minute each. I'll hit select. Now, zone 1 is watering for 1 minute. Then zone 2 for 1 minute. Then zone 3, as you can see. I will hit water off. Next starts highlighted, select. We're back in normal operation. Now to the left of Water Now, it says turn off watering. We've covered this a little bit, but let's go to turn off watering. So we hit the water off. It's asking in the water off menu, see it's highlighted. When do we want to resume watering? At the next start, I would hit select, or I could arrow down to remains off. Hit select. Guess what? The water is off for how long? Always. It's going to be off indefinitely. That is a way that you're able to turn off your controller. Now, let's say you want to turn it back on. Well, underneath the water off, it says resume, correct? Let's hit water off. Let's come back up to the next start. Hit select. It's in normal operation mode again. It's going to water at its next regular start time. Now in the water off, let me show you real quick since we've already kind of seen this. We'll scroll down by hitting the arrow and resume watering when? In 3 days. I could select that. I could make it in 2 days. Let's select that. Water's off. It's going to water again in 2 days. It will remain off for 2 days. Why would you want to do that? Maybe you had insecticide sprayed around the house and you want that to dry up before it gets watered away. But let's say now you want to resume watering. Resume. You don't want to have those 2 days selected. Come up till it says next start. Hit select. Now, system is okay. It is not watering today. It's in normal operation. Now underneath the turn off watering, we see it says adjust watering. That's here. Adjust watering. This is a feature that you will be using from time to time. Here it says all zones by a percentage. If I wanted to select that, you see that it has these dashes here. I could say all zones I want to increase the watering by 15%, by 20%, or I could decrease the watering by hitting the down button, 10%. As you see, we've got 5% increments. We could increase watering across the board, every single zone, by 10%, and I would have to hit select to save that. Again, all zones by percentage, select, look, minus 10% because we saved that. You should be able to leave it right here at 0. Those dash marks is at a default setting. I'll hit select. If I have one zone that looks like it needs a little more water, I could always come to by zone, hit select. Zone 1, I only have 4 minutes. I'm going to arrow over. I'm going to increase that to 6 minutes. And again, I have to hit select. If zone 4 looks like it needs a little bit more, then I will simply go to zone 4 and I will increase that to 4 minutes. So now zone 4, 4 minutes, I have to hit select, hit home, and we are done. We have adjusted our watering by zone. Now, under the adjust watering menu on the quick reference guide, we see review. Here we can hit review. We can review the schedule. As you can tell, we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday watering. Total runtime is 18 minutes. It starts at 1:30 a.m. There's a little arrow here. It says total daily runtimes. I can arrow down. Zone 1's for 6, Zone 2's for 5, Zone 3's for 3, and Zone 4 is for 4 minutes. That's just a quick way to do a review. Now hit the home button to return to the home menu. Now, we've covered everything in the quick reference guide. There are more advanced features, of course, as you can see here in advance. We recommend you look at your user manual, or you go online to Toro/Evolution to find out more about the Evolution controller. Well, that's it on our video coverage of the Evolution today. We hope that you find these videos beneficial, and we hope that you're able to conserve water. As we know, here in California, water is a precious resource. Goodbye from Conserve Tutorials.